Hi guys, it's Nikki, and today I'm going to be doing a plan with me in the vertical Erin Condren using our Terra Deluxe kit. So I wanted to say that generally when I sit down to plan, I have a notepad or my sugar paper pad or something that has my plans for the week. But because I have not been feeling well at all, I really didn't do anything at all last week. I don't have any plans. So when I sit down to do this, I had absolutely no clue what I'm doing. I did a very base layout, and for the most part, it's just kind of what I do every single week, but I was just kind of thrown off. I'm feeling a little bit better, but I'm still not like 100%, so that didn't really help either. But when I start going into icons and stuff, you guys will be able to tell that I don't really know what I'm doing. So I went ahead and I laid down my bottom washi, and then I did my ombre checklist. So I'm doing just kind of what I've been doing for the past few weeks. I really like having the ombre checklist at the bottom versus at the top, so I went ahead and kept doing that. Also, this kit was one of the newer reformats. However, I cannot shut down the shop because when the shop is shut down and I have time to do whatever I want to do, I start messing and trying to perfect things. So there is going to be a new kit format coming out. It isn't a huge difference, not at all. There's only a few minor changes. The biggest change is going to be the fourth sheet that has the little things on it. Recently I started doing more of like a color blocking technique in my planner, but with my kits that's not really possible. So I wanted to change some things around so that I could actually do the color blocking with my own kits. So I'm going to blame Andrea for that. That is her fault. I watched her plan with me, so I watched her color block, and now I feel like I have to do it that way. Like, it never bothered me before to have just different colors all over the place. Now it drives me insane. So the kits are just going to be changed up a little bit so that there are all four colors throughout the little things and they'll be able to be matched up. What else is in the newer kits? I think that there wasn't really anything else that was a major change. Some things got moved around so that I could do that with the little things. I think a couple of things got added, but nothing is missing. I didn't end up having to take anything out. The little things page is going to be horizontal instead of vertical, which is different. And also, I'm going to stop rounding the edges on the sheets. I'm able to fit just a tiny bit more if I don't round the edges, and in order for me to fit the little things for rows across, if that makes any sense, I ended up having to straighten out the edges on that page. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that with all of the pages. It just kind of makes it a little bit easier on me. So I went ahead and put down my little things, and now I'm putting down my full boxes, and again, I'm still trying to do like the matchy thing, and I don't know what it is, but it's just stuck in my head now that if things aren't matched like all the way up, it's driving me crazy. So I went ahead and did my sidebar, and I've got a meal plan down, an Etsy habit tracker down, and then just a next week with an ombre checklist. I think that actually is something that might be a little bit different in the newer kits, is there's going to be a little bit less headers as far as the miscellaneous headers go, but I don't think very many of them had to go, and I think I only took away ones that were like more there for me. So I don't think that's going to be a huge change. I don't think anybody's going to really have too much of a problem with it. I hope not. I think that the change is going to be wonderful, and again, it's not a super big change, but this is why I can't shut the shop down and not have anything to do. I can't just be sick in bed. Like, when I'm sick, I'm sitting here still working. I've managed to get reformats done for the new releases for the next, I think, like 2 months is already finished, which is wonderful. I'm not complaining, but I did have to just go in and make a little bit of a change, so hopefully you guys like it. I think everybody will be pretty happy with it. So I went ahead and did my washi, and then I went in to do my half boxes, and this is kind of where I started realizing that I had done something wrong. I wasn't able to fit half boxes into a couple of these, or it would have covered part of my full box, which I didn't want. And I'm not too sure what I did now that I'm sitting here looking at it, but whatever it was, it just didn't work out properly. I'd have to go back in my planner and see what I had been doing because I hadn't had this issue in the past, but something happened. So I ended up sticking appointment labels down on those two that I couldn't fit a half box, but then I ended up taking those back up again because I actually didn't like the way that that looked. So I went ahead and did my date covers, and I'm in love with these. This is something that I'm really happy about. I love having the numbers. I liked the old ones because they were really pretty and decorative, but I really prefer being able to have a number there. At first it didn't bother me when there wasn't a number, and then I started getting a little bit confused when I was looking at the planner if I was trying to pay a bill or something. So I just ended up switching it over, but you guys know that. So I ended up putting down a to-go and a to-do on those 2 days on Monday and Friday. And then I'm just going to sit here and try to figure out what's going on because I have no clue. So I stuck down a payday, and then I stuck down a Happy Mail because today is Monday and I'm filming this on Monday, and I have a ton of stuff to show you guys in a haul as soon as the internet comes up. So I went ahead and put down the weekend banner, and tomorrow is actually when the people are supposed to come out to do the internet. So by the time you're watching this, I've probably like bombarded you guys with videos because I had so many that were ready to go up and I just didn't have an internet connection to put them up with. So here I'm still trying to figure out what I want to put down. I don't have plans yet, so I have no idea. So I put down a couple of things that are just like every week. The grocery shopping, the payday, stuff like that. So then I went and I got my craft and quill binder, and I'll link her shop below. This is my friend Allie's shop. And I wanted to go ahead and stick down one of those angry silhouettes on each day that I knew I was going to be having a major day of just cutting stickers. And then I did something new that I kind of liked, and I took some of her little cleaning guys and I put them down on the bottom so I knew what I wanted to clean each day. And I love these. These are new. So I did that, and what else? Basically, this week is going to be a huge just restock. Like, I'm going to be cutting all week. But this is the finished spread, and I hope you guys liked this video. I will have that haul coming up very shortly, as well as a video on the new kit reformats, and I will talk to you guys later.